Good morning. So September 29th, 2024, I found myself at an Atlanta Falcons versus New Orleans Saints football game down the street at Mercedes-Benz. I don't remember much about that day, but I do remember the moment that Arthur Blank walked onto the field with Tim Green, the legendary linebacker and defensive end for the Atlanta Falcons. And I was so struck by the courage with which he was battling ALS for over 8 years at that point. And a few minutes later, I remember the nice lady who came to my seat and offered me a $10 raffle ticket to support the ALS fundraiser that day at the game. And I remember thinking, that's not my passion. My work is about kids. I've been working with kids in high-need communities across Atlanta for the last 25 years, and that's where I commit my time, my resources, and my energy. Little did I know that 8 days later, I would have a new passion called ALS, as I was diagnosed on October 7th, 2024. The days and weeks that followed that, a lot of emotions were being processed at the same time. The first, I would say, was anger. I had a lot of conversations with God, and I said, God, the punishment doesn't seem to fit the crime. It was just $10. I could have come up with $10 had I known. No, but in all seriousness, I think the other emotion was just being overwhelmed. I remember leaving the ALS clinic with a folder from ALS United, and I took that folder and I put it on the shelf, the both literal shelf and the metaphorical shelf, because I just wasn't ready to receive all the support that people were pouring my way. I have a friend whose sister's milkman's cousin had ALS, you should call him, kind of help. That just felt like a little too much. But after May 1st, when I finally stepped down from my role as president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Atlanta, I was ready to receive the help. And I leaned into this foundation, this organization, and slowly started accessing the resources that they provide, joining a support group, calling on them when I needed a referral for a contractor to do some modifications in my home, calling on them when I needed financial support for the van that I needed to purchase, which got accelerated by the ankle break, by the way. They were there. And I'm grateful for the support that they provided. And what I'm also grateful for is an opportunity like today, because it's provided folks like myself and those who care about people like me a space and an avenue to channel your energy. One of the things about being diagnosed with this disease is you just feel helpless. And a walk like this that gives us something to rally our teams together has been really fulfilling for me. And I want to give a shout out to my team, David versus Goliath, all here today. Thank them for their support. We broke into the top 5 in our first year, $15,000, thanks to their generosity. And we are here today to say that we are standing up against Goliath and we are not going down with this fight easily. Thank you.